Hello, this is episode 25 of the Cruise and Travel podcast with Paul McAllister.
This time we're talking about 11 mistakes you make when going on a cruise and how to avoid them.
Plus, Paul has some great deals that are available right now. And we'll check the latest cruise and travel news and hear who the newest godfather of the newest Disney ship is going to be. So, let's start the show.
It's time to get your cruise on.
This is Cruise and Travel with Paul McAllister.
Hello, I'm Steve, and with me is Paul McAllister, the chief dream cruise creator behind 101cruise.com.au. And this is our dog, Roof. Hey, Roof, come over here. Say hello. Come on. Say hi. Okay.
This is a podcast that takes you into the world of cruising and lets you in on the big cruising deals. You can find out more on our website, 101cruise.com.au, by signing up for our newsletter.
Yeah, and it's particularly worthwhile signing up to the website if you work in the airline industry, because for some reason, cruise lines give aviation workers huge discounts, sometimes more than 80% or more off the brochure prices.
But we also get some awesome deals for those people outside of aviation as well.
Yeah.
Some of which I'm going to talk to you about.
Okay.
So we have some really great deals from Celebrity Cruises who are offering some great onboard credits. If you book a 3 to 6 day cruise in an inside or an ocean view room, you'll get a $50 onboard credit. And if you book a balcony or above, you'll get a $75 onboard credit. If you sail for 7 days or longer, you'll get $100 onboard credit for an inside and ocean view room. And if you book a balcony and above, you'll get an onboard credit for $150. Now, be quick. This offer ends on the 8th of March.
So only about a week to go
Yeah,
on that.
it is.
You haven't got long if you want to
No.
book. And $150, that's like over 200 Australian. So
I know.
that's-
Well, look,
yeah.
it's great. So it goes, if you haven't prepaid your gratuities, it goes towards that. It goes to a spa treatment or buying something at the shop. So a really good deal.
$200, that'd almost get you a 20-minute hand massage.
Yeah, if you're lucky. Maybe 1 foot. So Royal Caribbean are also offering a special dining package for 2 if you book a balcony or suite on a 6-night or longer cruise. Now, there is a catch. They are certain areas. So it's Caribbean, Bermuda, Bahamas, West Coast of America, Mexico, and Alaska. Now, they have to depart between the 1st of May and the 31st of October, and this offer will finish on the 31st of March 26.
All right. So that's some good prezzies, some onboard credits coming up. And speaking of deals, what have you got for us today?
Our first deal is on Oceania Nautica. Now, this is a gorgeous ship. It's a 7-night cruise departing 25th of June, right in the peak of the summer Mediterranean season. It's from Venice to Rome.
Okay, so it's going to head to places, well, it'll head out of Venice to Pula, Dubrovnik, Tirana, Corfu, Catania, Sorrento, and back to Rome.
I know. What great destinations. So an inside room would normally set you back in US dollars, $4,798, but not at 101 Cruise. We have it on for $1,750 US dollars per person. That's a saving of 64%. And then if you'd like an ocean view room, that would normally set you back $5,398 US dollars. But at 101 Cruise, we have it on at $2,065 US dollars per person. That's a saving of 62%. Now, with Oceania, your Wi-Fi and your gratuities are included in that. So that's a great deal. Now, our second deal is a 10-night cruise on Azamara Quest. Now, remember, Azamara are excellent because they also offer you a beverage package, which is a really good bonus.
It's included.
It's included
And
in
your
your ticket
Wi-Fi,
price.
isn't it?
No, unfortunately,
No? Oh,
no.
okay.
Just the drinks package, which is really good anyway. So normally a inside room would cost you $9,556, but at 101 Cruise, we have it on at $1,719 US dollars per person. Now that's a saving of over $7,837. Or it works out to being $172 per day. That's a really good bargain. Now, if you'd like a balcony room, the brochure price is normally $16,836 US dollars, but we have it on for $2,519. Now, that's 85% off.
Well, this one's going to go start out from Nice and head to Florence, Rome, Sorrento, Taormina, Sicily, Crotone, Kotor in Montenegro, Trieste, and Fusina.
Which is where, Steve?
Fusina is Venice.
Venice.
It's the Venice port.
Yes, so because Venice has got different ports now because they can't all come into the main beautiful port near the canal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, look, a great cruise. And remember, your drinks are included in that one. Now, all these prices are at the 27th of February, 2026, subject to availability and change. Now, coming up, how does a Mediterranean cruise on Norwegian for $125 a day sound?
I'm in.
I knew you would be.
Now the latest cruise and travel news.
Okay, well, a few things have happened around the world just overnight,
has it
actually.
ever?
And there's a cruise out of Doha, Qatar, that's been cancelled due to ongoing security threats and military strikes in and around Iran. According to news reports, MSC Cruises has decided to call off a 7-day Arabian Gulf sailing on MSC Euribia. The ship is currently docked in Dubai along with Celestial Discovery and will remain in the port as a precautionary measure while the company reviews the situation. I would say most cruise lines have just stayed put wherever they are in that region.
Yeah, they have to. And look, it is a real mess over there at the moment. If you're following the news, all the Middle Eastern airlines have all shut down. They're not accepting any flights at all. So they've all been turned back to their original ports and they've just been accommodated. It's going to make an absolute nightmare to aviation and getting people back around to where they need to be. And if you're going on a cruise at this, I feel really sorry for you because the cruise ships are still going to go, but you're just not going to get there. So,
well, they may not.
No.
They'll be stuck in ports as well. And they would, like the whole knock-on effect of airlines not getting people there, like literally Dubai is shut, the Dubai airport. So no planes are going in or out. So people can't get to the ships in the first place.
I know. So it's massive. But see, the ships are still going to go. So people might have cruises in America and they go through the Middle East to get there. They're not going to get to their cruises either, or even into Europe. It's got a massive knock-on effect, and I feel really sorry for anyone out there who is travelling at the moment. Good luck, and let's hope you get home or to your destinations really quickly.
Mm. In other news, the very first Solstice-class cruise ship with Celebrity Cruises entered dry dock on January the 16th. The newly refurbished ship, Celebrity Solstice, is getting ready to sail its first scheduled cruise tomorrow from Singapore.
No, how exciting.
After a $250 million renovation of the ship, the 2008 vessel has quite a few noticeable changes that savvy eyes online are already catching. While the ship's hull was already the signature celebrity blue before this dry dock, its silhouette has a slightly different look. The biggest change is the expansion of the forward upper decks. What used to be an open-air walking track and a netted basketball court on Deck 15 has been entirely replaced by a new block of cabins.
Oh.
This addition includes the debut of panoramic infinite veranda suites. These suites features floor-to-ceiling glass, basically raising the profile of the ship from the front view. And for many long-time Solstice fans, the most bittersweet change is on Deck 16, the Solstice deck, which was once a quiet oasis for anyone to enjoy forward-facing views. It's been walled off, according to some Reddit users. This area has been absorbed into the retreat sun deck. Now only suite guests have access to this expanded area, which features an oversized hot tub, new cabanas, and a private bar. Every cabin is getting an upgrade though, so the 18-year-old ship will feel as good as new for every cruiser. And with 4 new stateroom categories, passengers will have more options to call home during their voyage.
This is really, really exciting because this ship's coming down to Australia, and then we will, at the end of the Australian season, we'll head over to Alaska.
Oh.
So there's some really great cruising coming up on this ship, and it will be really good to check out.
Check out Celebrity Solstice and the Australian cruises because it's pretty much a brand new ship now.
Yeah.
Every cruise line has a page on their website that lists the prohibited items that should not be brought onto a cruise ship. These pages are frequently updated as new technologies or trends pop up. And Royal Caribbean just announced an updated ban list or prohibited items on board policy page. and organised it into easy-to-find sections. These sections include topics like drinks, snacks, hair tools, sporting goods, pets, and the recently added smart glasses category. As a recent addition to the list, smart glasses have been a bit of a controversial topic, and the cruise line gave more specific guidance as to where they can be worn. So it's not an outright ban, but anyone wearing them where they aren't supposed to will have them confiscated. So ask me the question.
Go on. Where
can't they wear them?
Yep.
Well, they say that anywhere that is a reasonable expectation of guest and crew policy. So restricted zones are casinos, spas, restrooms, locker rooms, medical facilities, security screening locations, back-of-house tour locations, crew areas, and youth areas.
Well, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the consequences used in these areas will lead to the glasses being confiscated by security. And if you're bringing your smart glasses for your prescription, because you can have prescription lenses put in them, the cruise line strongly recommends bringing a second pair of backup glasses to use in the restricted areas. And to finish off, a couple of quick ones. Through the first 2 months of the year, cruise ship illness outbreaks have dropped 88% compared to the first 2 months of last year.
That's great.
And Disney Cruise Line's newest and biggest ship is getting an equally big name as its godparent. Robert Downey Jr. will serve as the official godparent for Disney Adventure. It's a 6,700 passenger ship set to begin sailing out of Singapore next month. All right, well, this episode you want to talk about the 11 mistakes you make when going on a cruise and how everyone can avoid them.
Yeah. And look, when you talk about it, it makes sense on these things. And I think everyone does this. The first one is don't be an overpacker. I know. And look, it's such an easy thing to do because you think, oh, I've got 10 days, so I need to have 10 outfits and multiple outfits for each day. So, but do you really? So what I suggest is you lay out everything that you're thinking you want to take and then halve it. Because that's what we generally do, isn't it?
I'm putting my hand up. I'm guilty of this. I'm an overpacker. I pack 4 or 5 pairs of shorts and 4 or 5 pair of gym, like day shorts and
what
all
about
that
your
sort of
shoes,
thing.
Imelda?
I know, and then I get on the ship and I just wear the same shorts each day, and so.
Well, you do. You generally have a couple of pairs of shorts, and you swap between them and things. But we always end up going shopping when we're on a cruise as well, not on board, but at the imports and things like that. And you'll pick up a shirt or shorts or some bits and pieces as you go along. So you add to your wardrobe as you go. So you don't really need to take everything unless you're going to somewhere like Alaska, where you might need some warmer clothes, and you're not going to be buying much up there if you live in Australia because it's so hot down here.
And you don't need 100 pairs of shoes because you're just going to wear your thongs, your flip-flops every day around the ship.
You do need a couple of pairs of shoes. You need some nice going to dinner shoes, and you need comfortable walking shoes plus the ones around the pool. But you don't need a lot, do you?
No.
And remember, like the ship cupboards are sometimes a little bit small and have limited hangers as well. And you don't want to be hit up for excess luggage either on the way there or all the way home because you've bought 2 extra things and you went to the max. So have a think about all those sort of things. Also try and colour coordinate your outfits so you can re-wear bottoms and tops for even wear, and jazz up outfits with just different accessories so it makes it look different. And, if you're thinking like Sex and the City and you have that collection, you don't need to really take them all, ladies. Even you, Steve, you don't need to take all of those gym
just
shoes.
A casual pair or sneakers, flip-flops or sandals, and 1 pair of dress shoes.
Yeah, that'll get you away.
What's the second thing?
All right, flying into your cruise port on the embarkation day, well, that can be really bad news for you. Just don't do it, people. Go the day before because airlines sometimes have delays. They don't mean to, but aircraft do break down or there's weather. Weather seems to be happening a lot more, and that creates all these delays. So give yourself a day to get there. If you leave in the morning for an afternoon departure, you're going to ask for trouble if something happens with that flight. And also, look, if you do go into the port a day earlier, you get to check out another place and have a night in the hotel. And if you've had a time change, you'll be able to get over some of that jet lag as well.
What's the number 3 thing?
Eating at the buffet on embarkation day. Now, you just love that, don't you?
You had me at buffet.
Yeah, you love it. What do you call it again?
The trough.
Yeah. Yep. I think every cruise ship would be absolutely hating you right now. But look,
there are nice troughs. Some of the troughs are nice and some aren't.
No, exactly. But, cruise ships are always trying to get you up there, and generally they're a nightmare because it is where everyone is going. You can't get a table. Everyone's queuing up for, with their tray and their plate of food, and some of them are eating it while they're standing there, which is another no-no that you shouldn't do.
Yeah, it's actually got nothing to do with the ship or the food.
No,
it's actually the people in there that earn it the nickname of the trough because they're all like eating like it's the last meal they're ever going to see.
I know, and it's the first day. It's your first meal. Pace yourself. You don't need to eat 10 plates of food on that first day. It's going to be there tomorrow, and it's going to be there all day as well.
Need to clean out the prawn bucket.
No,
Anyway.
I know. And don't hog the seats. And when you're finished, be courteous and move on so someone else can get a spot there. But, do some research before you get on the ship and have a look at other venues that might be open for lunch. A lot of the cruise ships now have really cool apps, and you can find out which venues are open.
What's the 4th tip?
Think about not taking the elevator. Look, if you're fit and healthy and everything and you're able to, walk, take these stairs. It's good exercise for you. You're going to burn off that pina colada and that chocolate ice cream soda that you just had.
Well, nobody's ever had one pina colada.
Oh, God, no. That would just be wrong. And you don't have to hit the gym. So walk around as much as you can. And that way you're leaving the ship open for people who do need it with kids and strollers and wheelchairs. So it makes it more courteous. And just be courteous when you're at lift. Don't shove in front of people. If they've been waiting first, let them get on.
What's the 5th mistake people are making?
Yeah, look, this is an interesting one too. Booking only the cruise line shore excursions. Look, there you have so many options out there. You don't have to book what the cruise line is telling you to go on. Generally, they're more expensive. And you sit on a bus for most of the day, and you might be just one destination that you'd like to go to, and you've had to go through, the jewellery factory and the auntie's factory and all these sort of places that you don't really want to go to. Do your own research. Have a look around at the port and see what is of interest to you. And AI can help you as well. Ask AI, hey, what can I do in this port today? And they'll come up with options. It's a really good option to look at. We have shore excursion. That's on our website, 101cruise.com.au. They are generally cheaper than what the cruise line will offer. And the great thing about shore excursions is that they guarantee to get you back on the ship. And if they don't, they will pay for your accommodation and your travel to the next port and compensate you as well, which is a big thing to take into consideration if you do anything independently. Make sure you leave enough time to get back onto the ship, and absolutely make sure you have time in case something breaks down.
What is the 6th mistake that people make, and how do they avoid it?
Yeah, buying wine by the glass. Look, it can be a costly mistake in the end, Steve, because, you can buy a bottle on most cruise ships, and if you don't drink it all, which, hey, I would, you can actually ask them to re-cork it and then bring it out to you tomorrow night when you go to dinner. Now, you're going to say to me, but what if I'm going to a different restaurant?
But what if I'm going to a different restaurant?
I'm so glad you asked that, because they will find you. You can just say, I was at whichever restaurant last night and I had a bottle of wine. They will go and fetch it for you and then serve it to you.
Are you the soak from Blue last night?
Oh, that would be me.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they know me by names. Also, some cruise line lets you bring wine on board and you just pay a corkage fee for that wine. And again, they'll hold on to it for you. So there's some options there. But the biggest tip I can ask you to do is go onto our website, and we've got a drinks calculator on 101cruise.com.au. Just put in there how many coffees you have each day, how many waters you would have, how many drinks you'd have.
Orange juice, coffee, beers, wine, cocktails.
Yeah, and then you'll work out basically how much you're going to pay each day. Then you compare it back to the beverage package, and I can tell you now you're going to win if you have a few drinks a day.
I know. We've done this lots of times because when you show me how much the beverage package is, I go, holy cow.
I know, the gasp.
Like, that's ridiculous. But you know what? When you add everything up that you're going to you pay for individually throughout the day, it does usually work out cheaper.
It does. And look, I love it because I don't have to think about it.
Unless you don't drink alcohol. Yeah, if you're not a huge alcohol drinker, it probably is worth just paying as you go.
Yeah, that's true. And if you're a very light drinker and just want a glass, then you've got these options to go with as well.
What is the 7th mistake people make and how do they avoid it?
I can't understand this one because it's about just eating at the buffet. Now, I know that's going to be more applicable to families with children because you can get in and out quickly. They've got a variety of choices and the kids can go up and help themselves as many times as they want. But you've got so many great options out there because you get complimentary dining not only in the buffet but in the main dining rooms as well. And now the cruise ships are really pushing towards having multiple of these different rooms with different themes and different foods. So you really feel like it's a different day in a different restaurant as well. So it's a really cool idea that they're doing. And you've also got specialty restaurants, which some of them are just outstanding and have exceptional service and food quality. So, like the Illuminate on the Celebrity where they actually project onto your table and you see the little cartoon characters cooking your dinner. Some really fun things and kids love it. So just don't think, the buffet's the only thing that's complimentary. There's a lot of options on board a cruise ship.
What's the 8th mistake people make?
Don't book your experiences ahead thinking that you might miss out. So like people think, oh my God, I've got to get in now and book everything up. But do you really need to? Because sometimes you're going to pay a little bit more. There is, before you go on a cruise ship, everything is always cheaper than when you get on the cruise ship. So you try and pre-book things, but look out for things like Black Friday sales because they're a really great time to actually buy like specialty restaurants or drinks packages because they discount them down. So have a look at that. Now, also, if the specialty restaurants on board, sometimes they're not busy. So then they start coming out with some really good deals. Now, we found that on Royal Caribbean. No one was going to the specialty restaurants and they were offering 40 and 50% off. And they were doing deals like if you book 2 of them, they'll give you a higher discount again. And it was like, wow, that's pretty amazing. So sometimes you will get better deals on board the cruise ship. Can't guarantee it. Depends on the numbers. Spas. The spa treatments, they always try and book you up early with some, little specials. But if the spas are quiet on port days, they do incredible deals. So that's something to think about. If you are thinking, if you have sea days and you are wanting to do a spa, I would highly recommend then you book in advance because they do sell out.
And what's the 9th mistake people are making on cruises and how do they avoid it?
Yeah, look, the old mobile phone, leaving your mobile phone active throughout your cruise. Now you're thinking, what do you mean by that? So if you were on a cruise, you should put your phone into airplane mode. It's like being on an aircraft. Why? Because when you're traveling around, you will cross over different country borders with their telephones and communications. And every time you do, if you don't have a international roaming package, you will get charged for that package. Now, I'll give you the example for in Australian Telstra. They have different contracts with different communication companies. So if you're going from Athens to Montenegro, you'll go through about 3 or 4 countries. And each time you go through, they go, oh, you're in a new country. They're going to hit you for another daily charge. So put it into airplane mode. And that way you avoid those.
Number 10. What is the 10th thing that people are mistakenly doing?
We've sort of touched on this earlier. Not budgeting for your onboard spending. Look, it's so easy to do, especially if you don't have a drinks package that you go, I'll just have another one and another one. And that's at lunchtime. And then you get to dinner and you've had a lot more than what you think.
And you haven't left the bar.
No. And so check your bills because every day you should have a look at it and see what you're being charged for. Now, in the case of drinks, we talked about the drink package, how this could be a better option for you. And we'd always recommend buying it before you get on the cruise ship. And if you are going to buy a drinks package, if you can, see if your travel advisor can actually get you a drinks package with your cruise at the time of purchasing, because that is the cheapest time to actually buy it. So you don't want to be stung when you get off the ship and they or the night before they present you with your bill and you've run up a couple of $1,000 US in drinks, spa packages, and just going to the shop and having a great time. Really think about it. Watch about how much you're wanting to spend and try and stay to it, because otherwise it can be quite a surprise.
Yeah, everybody's different. I'm one of those stress heads that I will just think about it 24/7 on the ship throughout the whole cruise, which I don't want to do. So
No.
we always get a drinks package so that I don't, in my head, add up every drink that we're having along the way.
And you're
go,
not a
"Oh
big
my
drinker
God,
either. Like,
now we've spent this much, we're going to be broke." Just pay it beforehand and then drink whatever you want on the cruise. Coffees, orange juices, Cokes,
it's
drinks,
just there. It's available. You
cocktails.
don't have to think about it.
Yeah, it's
And the other thing is the Wi-Fi package as well. Like, Wi-Fi can be really expensive. And if you're doing it by the minute, some of them still do that. You'll burn it up in no time. Where if you buy a package for a daily rate, it's the best way to go.
yeah, and
you
quite
don't have to
often a
worry.
lot of the drinks packages have the Wi-Fi included in there.
Celebrity
as well.
do. There's a few that do as well. So, you can always bundle these things up, which is great.
Yeah.
And you don't really need the photographer to take your photo. That's a real upsell if you ask me. They're wandering around, "Oh, I'll take your photo." Well, you know what? You've got a camera on your phone, everyone. Just hand it to a staff member if you want to capture the moment, and it won't cost you a cent. And the last piece of advice is remember to pack sunscreen. Even if it doesn't feel like you're going to be going into a hot climate, just pack some sunscreen, because sunscreen on board the ship is really expensive, because they know it's a captured market and they can charge whatever they like. And you know what? The ports that you're going into, as tourists, they know you want to get sunscreen, so they generally hike it up a little bit as well. So just pack it in, and it's good skin maintenance, so you keep skin cancers away and you don't get sunburnt and then suffer for the rest of the cruise.
Well, there you go. There's 11 mistakes that people make and how to avoid them on your next cruise, or that if it's going to be your first cruise, that will be very valuable information that we've just given you there as well. Heaps of blogs on our website at 101cruise.com.au for first-time cruisers as well. So sign up and check those out. All right. There we go. A double bell today.
Oh.
Must mean that you've got two more specials for us.
I do, and some great ones. I mentioned earlier about a lovely cruise in the Mediterranean. It's a 7-night cruise on Norwegian Dawn, departing on the 3rd of May 2026 from Lisbon, an awesome port, to Barcelona.
All right, so this one's going to kick off from Lisbon, go to Portimao, Cadiz, Motril, Gibraltar, Ibiza, Palma de Mallorca, and then but finishes in Barcelona, as you said.
It does. And look, if you haven't been to Cadiz, that's just a sensational little town. So look, an inside room would normally cost $3,812, but we have it on for $876 per person. That's a saving of 77%, or it's $125 per person per day, which is great. And a balcony room, the brochure price is normally $9,852 per person, but not at 101 Cruise. We have it on at $1,506 per person. That's 85% off, Steve. It's a great, great sale. So give me a buzz if you'd like to head off to some of those awesome spots in Spain. And deal number 4 is back on Celebrity XL, which is a brand new ship. It's a 7-night cruise departing 12th of June 2026, again from Barcelona to Athens.
All right, so this kicks off in Barcelona, goes to Valletta, Ephesus, Mykonos, Santorini, Thera, and finishes in Piraeus, which is Athens, the port in Athens.
Yeah, now it's a balcony room. The brochure price would normally be in US dollars, $6,450, but we have it for $2,722. Now it's 58% off. And why not look at a concierge room? So you're going to go from a balcony room to a concierge, still have a balcony, but you get additional benefits like a welcome lunch, extra facilities in your room. And normally the brochure price is $7,090, but at 101 Cruise, we have it on for $3,037 per person. That's 57% off. And I don't normally go for 3 rooms, but I've just got to tell you about the Aqua Class room, because for an extra $200, you're going to get an extra specialty restaurant that you can have breakfast and dinner in every day. Now, normally an Aqua Class room is $9,010, but we have it on for $3,257. Now, remember, this is a brand new ship. Now, you're going to be thinking, that's not that big a discount, or they still seem very expensive. This is a brand new ship. Everyone wants to go on it. These prices are really low for that brand new ship.
It's their biggest ship too.
It is, and it is fantastic because they've really refined some of their areas and it's looking spectacular. All prices are at the 27th of February 2026, subject to availability and change. Now, if you work for the airline industry, contact me at paul@101cruise.com.au and I'll be able to get you some amazing rates.
Remember, you can get access to all the deals by signing up to our newsletter at 101cruise.com.au. Once you've signed up and you've got access inside the website, you'll see our new Cruise Finder section that we launched recently. Just click on the Cruise Finder on the top of the menu and you can then browse through all the different cruise lines that we can book. And then by clicking on any of them, you can see their fleet of ships. And by clicking on any ship, you can see all the stats on each ship. How many dining experiences they have, bars, how many pools, how many passengers and crew, all that sort of info. How old the ship is, when it was refurbished last, all the different types of rooms they have and how many of each. Plus a list of cruises that the ship has coming up. Just about everything you need to know about any ship.
Now, don't forget, whether you booked a cruise through us or not, you can always buy your travel insurance via our website. It's NIB Travel Insurance, which is one of the best.
And trust us, you'll find it hard to beat the rates we can get for you, especially if you are in the airline industry, but even outside the industry. Compare us with any other travel insurance provider and you'll see.
That's it for this time. On our next episode, I'll have more deals for you. Plus, I'll be talking about the cruise trends everyone is complaining about.
For more, go to 101cruise.com.au and sign up for the newsletter and to get access to the site. You can also follow us on Facebook at 101cruise and on Instagram at 101cruises.